Welcome to Brad's Corner, a space within Empowerography where I share the reflections, realizations, and soul truths that come from the incredible conversations I've had with women from around the world. This is where we slow down, take a breath, and dive deeper into the lessons, the light, and the moments that have moved me, both as a man and as a human being. My hope is that something I share here resonates, sparks a thought, or ignites a light within you too. I'm Brad Walsh, and this is Brad's Corner. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Brad's Corner for episode number 6. I'm Brad Walsh, host of the Empowerography Podcast, and this is where I step away from the interview chair and share what I've learned and the insights I've gained from interviewing over 800 incredibly extraordinary women. Today, I want to talk about something I've witnessed in conversation after conversation with women in their 50s and older. Something profound, something that makes everyone around her uncomfortable, something that's often misunderstood as a midlife crisis when it's actually a midlife clarity. I'm talking about the moment when a woman stops apologizing for who she is, when she stops people-pleasing, stops making everyone else comfortable, stops shrinking herself to fit into expectations that were never hers to begin with. And everybody around her, her partner, her kids, her friends, her colleagues, looks at her and thinks, what the hell happened to the old version of her? But here's what they're missing. She didn't disappear. She didn't go anywhere. She's actually just arrived. Let me share with you what I've witnessed. I've interviewed multiple women in their 50s who spent decades being everything to everybody. The dutiful daughter, the selfless mother, the accommodating wife, the reliable colleague, the one who keeps the peace, the one who makes sure everybody else is okay before she even gives a thought to herself. For 30, 40, 50 years, she's shaped herself around other people's, everybody else's needs. She's dimmed her light so others wouldn't feel threatened. She stayed quiet when she had something to say. She made herself smaller so everybody else could be comfortable. And then something shifts. Maybe it's turning 50. Maybe it's the whole empty nest syndrome, the kids leaving. Maybe it's a health scare. Maybe it's just the accumulation of decades of performing for everybody else. Whatever it is, something cracks wide open. And she realizes, I've been living for everyone else. What about me? Not in a selfish way, but in a, let's say, I deserve to exist for me kind of way. And that right there, that moment, that's when the transformation begins. So what does this transformation or this shift look like? She stops saying yes to things she doesn't want to do anymore. She starts to set boundaries, real ones, without guilt or apology. She starts speaking her truth, using her voice, even when it makes people uncomfortable. She pursues the things that actually light her up, excite her, not the things that make her look good. She stops performing. She stops people-pleasing. And she stops shrinking to fit into other people's boxes and other people's spaces. She also steps into the fullness of who she has always been, but was too afraid or too conditioned to embody, or maybe she forgot and it's more like a remembering. This is what I'm going to call midlife clarity. Not a crisis, an actual clarity. A remembering of who she was before the world told her who she needed to be. And it is one of the most powerful things I have ever witnessed. But here's what happens. Everybody else around her starts freaking out. Her partner looks at her and thinks, where did the woman I married go? Her kids think, Mom's acting weird. Her friends think, oh man, she's changed. And they're not wrong. She's definitely changed. But what they're really saying is, she's not making me feel comfortable anymore. She's not prioritizing my needs over hers. She's not shrinking herself to make me feel bigger. And that discomfort, that has nothing to do with her. That is on them. Because she's not doing anything wrong. She has just done what everybody else has wanted her to do at the expense of herself. What I've learned from these conversations is that this shift is a return to the divine feminine, a remembering of the divine feminine. Not feminine in the way the world defines it, soft, accommodating, and selfless, but feminine in its truest sense. Powerful, creative, intuitive, and unapologetic. She is stepping into a version of herself that doesn't need anyone's permission anymore, that doesn't apologize for taking up space, that doesn't dim her light to make others feel comfortable. And that is energy. It is magnetic, it is powerful, and it is absolutely unstoppable. But here's the kicker. It also threatens people who were comfortable with the old version of her. The version that put them first. The version that made them feel important by shrinking herself, making herself smaller. And when she stops doing that, they have no idea how to handle or deal with it. So let me speak here directly to the men for a moment. If the woman in your life is going through this shift, if she's stepping into her 50s and suddenly she's different, here is something that you need to know. She's not having a crisis. She's actually having a breakthrough. And I know as men, we think, or we have been conditioned to believe, that we're the fixers. And so your job is not to fix her, manage her, or get her back to that old version. Your job is to actually meet her where she's at, with growth, with curiosity, with patience, and most importantly, with support. Because here's the truth. She's been growing. She's also been evolving. She has been shedding the versions of herself that no longer fit. They're no longer in alignment for her. And if you're not willing to grow with her, you're going to lose her. Let me say that again. If you are not willing to grow with her, you're going to lose her. Not because she's selfish, but because she is finally choosing her. She's putting herself first. She's making herself a priority. And she's not going back. So, how do you meet her in this transformation? One, you get curious. Instead of asking, what's wrong with you? Ask, what's changing for you? Instead of resisting her evolution, get curious about it. What are you discovering about yourself? What do you need right now? How can I support you? Two, stop trying to fix her, because she's not broken. She is becoming. She is remembering. And your attempts to fix her, manage her, or get her back to normal or the old version that you liked are just you trying to make yourself comfortable again. Let her be uncomfortable. Let her evolve. Let her transform. 3, grow with her. If she is doing the work, therapy, coaching, self-discovery, whatever it is, how about you do your own work too? We all need to work on ourselves. We are human beings. We're constantly evolving. This process is ongoing. Don't expect her to drag you along. Do the work for yourself of becoming a better version of yourself, because she's not asking you to stay the same while she evolves. She's inviting you to evolve with her. 4, celebrate her. Instead of mourning the old her, wishing she would go back to that old version, celebrate the woman that she is becoming, the woman that she is stepping into, the woman that she is remembering, the one who speaks her truth, the one who sets boundaries, the one who prioritizes herself. That woman, she is powerful, she is magnetic, and she is authentic. And if you can't see that, my friends, you are missing the gift. Here's what I want you to hear. If you are a woman in your 50s going through this shift, I want you to know this. You are not selfish. You are not broken, and you are certainly not having a crisis. You are waking up to who you truly are, to step into your authentic self. And the people who are uncomfortable with your transformation, let me tell you something. That is not your problem to worry about. Your job is not to make them comfortable. Your job is to become who you have always been beneath all those layers of conditioning. And if you're a man whose partner, mother, sister, or friend is going through this, stop resisting it. Stop trying to get the old her back. She's not coming back. And that is a good thing, because the woman she's becoming, she's the one who was always there. She's just done apologizing for it. So meet her there. Meet her with curiosity, with growth, with patience, and again, most importantly, with support. She needs your support. And if you can do that, you will witness one of the most profound transformations you have ever seen. And let me tell you, take it from me, I have witnessed multiple transformations. As a photographer, I get to witness that firsthand. And it is one of the most profound, incredible, beautiful experiences that you will ever witness in your entire life. So sit back and witness her profound transformation. It's not a midlife crisis. It is a midlife rebirth. And that is an absolutely beautiful gift. This is Brad's Corner, a space for truth, reflection, and conversation that comes straight from the soul. If this episode resonates for you, I would love to hear from you. And if you know a woman stepping into this season of her life, please feel free to share this episode with her, because she deserves to know she's not alone, she's not wrong, and she is certainly not too much. She is exactly where she needs to be. Thank you so much for tuning in and for listening to this episode of Brad's Corner. I appreciate you. I hope this episode resonated for you. I will see you on the next one. This is Brad Walsh. Until next time, keep shining your bright, beautiful light out into the world. Thank you for tuning in and spending this time with me here in Brad's Corner. If something I shared spoke to you, pass it on. Share it with someone who might need that reminder today that their light still matters. Together, we rise higher, shine brighter, and help shift this world one heart at a time. I'll see you in the next episode.